Yeah. What's up, everybody? You guys get to witness the handoff. You want this? Keep it right, babe. What's happening, everybody? So I'm late. Had to hand off the baby girl. It's her medicine. What's good? Matthew Thompson. What's popping, brother? The illest spliff roller. What's good? Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. Nice and rainy out here in Southern California. Yeah, I was actually on location yesterday. Big shout out to everybody I got to see last night over at the high rise. The people over there, Summit Boys doing it big. No, this will be a quick one. Nope. Tiago Vega was good. Madison Harper was happening. Bruce was good, G. Was good. I gotta get back to North Carolina, man. You guys are starting to do some things down there too. What's happening? Yeah, we're gonna talk about New Jersey today. Shout out to my New Jersey people. Gaetano Lardieri. My man Adam Ill was popping, man. Good to see you yesterday, brother. As always. What's up? Leo, man. We got to rap, man. We got to rap about New Jersey. New Jersey doing big things. Big ups to New Jersey. Big ups to Deshita Dawson out there doing things. Shailene Title. Yes. Maximilian Bucks was good. Poppers, not toppers. Hope we're not talking about drugs right there. Nah. Yeah, we got to talk about New Jersey. So, State of Cannabis News Hour, you get your daily dose every single morning. On the weekdays, we go from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 12 p.m., obviously, on the East Coast, where me and 11 other thought industry leaders, we talk about, the biggest news stories that are running in the airwaves. We give our take on those. We offer the floor to the audience to give their feedback as well. Get into debates, heated arguments, you name it. You got Republicans, Democrats, you got anarchists like myself. Burn it all down, smoke it. Let's hop right into it today. All right, let's go into today's story, man. Today's story, every single day I go in the afternoons between 4 and 6 p.m., depending on when I get a chance to pass the baby off to mama, as you guys just saw. Go over my story and why it matters to the cannabis industry. Right now, New Jersey, lots of good things are coming popping in New Jersey. New York might be on hold because of their hold. Cuomo getting handsy with everybody. What's good, people? What's good? All right, so let's hop into it. So NewJersey.com came out with Black people make up 2% of ownership in the cannabis industry. Accountability can change that, insiders say. Black people continue to make up only single-digit ownership in the nation's legalized cannabis market. This is all in spite of disproportionately being impacted by the war on drugs. This is after we had a ton of lip service from the industry last year on how corporations and non-Black industry peers were going to step up the game in a post-George Floyd era. That did not happen, as we all know. After everybody put up those black squares on their Instagrams, poof, they was gone. You guys thought it was going to be different? I don't know. New Jersey Cannabis Regulation Committee has scheduled to release their regulations on Thursday ahead of the August 21st deadline, and it's expected to lay the groundwork for what equity could look like in their $1.5 billion cannabis space. In a June white paper released by Leafly, of the 30,000 cannabis businesses nationwide, only 2% are Black-owned. New Jersey was ranked number 5 on a list that included 19 adult use states. Leafly's established benchmarks were based on expungement, licensing, medical licenses, equity, investing, homegrown, data collection, education, and career pipelines. Data collection, consumer education resources, career development, and prohibiting people from growing their own cannabis were things that counted against the rankings. John Bailey, a convener of Black Cannabis Equity Initiative, BCEI, and he's been holding panels in New Jersey and believes that companies that claim they are for social equity also need a scorecard. In the wake of 2020 protests, many companies released statements supporting social equity while failing to follow through on actions that required economic investment and increased transparency. The underground market, referred to some in the cannabis space as the legacy market, is majority Black and brown. Legalized cannabis market and the wealth it generates is majority white. A report card that separates which companies are about equity is tantamount, Mr. Bailey said. The report card uses measures such as Black participation on boards and directors, equity and ownership groups, employment, vendorship relationships, media placement, and community investment. To think that a majority white revenue stream would cede control to a majority of minorities without accountability mechanisms is in place is naive, John Bailey also said. And that's where the report card and all these things come into play. Including the legacy market is a necessity in terms of equity and economic ethics, said Edmund DeVoe. He's the president of New Jersey Cannabis Business Association. And Shailene Title and my homegirl, Dashita Dawson, she came through and brought the heat this morning on State of Cannabis NewsHour. Thank you so very much for coming on with us today. Dashita, she always brings the heat. Shailene Title said, avoiding a market dominated by businesses who take advantage of high barriers to entry and politicking was the focus of policy recommendations by the Cannabis Regulators of Color Coalition. Their vice chair, Shailene Title. What up, Shailene? Former Massachusetts State Cannabis Commissioner. Dashita actually chimed in with, we need to implement those measures before we throw open the doors to interstate cannabis trade. And she is also the co-founder of CRCC. And she said, if we don't, by the time small businesses are up and running, massive multinational companies will already control the market. All right, I agree. So what do y'all think about this, man? So I got thoughts about it, obviously. New Jersey is setting a new tone for everybody else. I'm here for it, man. They need to be talking about this shit. We need more people standing up. We were given a lot of lip service by people in the industry. What up, Captain Cam? What up, Pink Lotus? What up, girls? Girls versus Loud TV. Oh, I like that. Gotta check out your shit. All right, Captain Cam, you in this shit too? What up, baby girl? Wife is in here too. Captain Cam, you can hop on with me in just a second, brother. All right, so my take on this, what's going on in the industry right now. We need more people stepping up, and we need to call people out for their shit. If you say that you are going, so there's a difference between activism and advocacy. You know, you can be an advocate, you can be an activist. If you're an activist, you need to act. If you're going to act, you're going to put some bullshit, black square on your timeline or your profile. What the fuck is that going to do? You're going to put up your money. If you say that you are for Black business, if you say you're going to support Black business, you're going to support Black industry and the Black movements in the cannabis industry, put your money where your mouth is. I think it's very important to call people out for what they say or what they don't say. People do like me. If you fuck up, point thumbs, not fingers, and follow through that shit. We're a year and change later after the whole George Floyd incident went down, and we are right at the place where we were before that shit happened. 2% ownership, probably less than that. I do agree with what they're doing out in New Jersey. We need to call into account the unregulated market too, the unlicensed market, and count them in these conversations. Also, the reason why the trap continues to thrive, and we touched on this yesterday too, is because why? The barrier to entry is too fucking high. Period. You make it easier for Black and brown people to get in the industry. You make it easier for you to actually compete with other people. Maybe you won't have a lot of these underground operators moving the way they do. Maybe the trap will cease to thrive because a lot of these players will give a lot of these large entities a run for their money. Facts. You can see a lot of these bullshit companies. Oh yeah, MedMen just got bought out for $100 million from Tilray. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit, man. It's going to continue happening. Why? Because those companies are big on their marketing, and they're good at telling people from outside of established markets that they're good at what they do. We know the truth out here, but we are in our own echo chamber, and we need to stop doing that. We need to reach outside of that, and we got to understand that mainstream America, mainstream global issues are seen on the marketing side of things. And if people are doing a good job of promoting the shit that they don't do other places, people are going to just believe them, right? I won't say any names. We got into, I agree, Captain Cam. I agree. This is why we need to put more dollars towards promoting good companies, companies that actually do what they say they're going to do, companies that are actually doing the right thing for the consumer, doing the right thing for the patients, doing the right thing for their peers. We need to promote them rather than allowing these deep-pocketed marketing companies like MedMen, the WeWork of the cannabis industry, continue to grab dollars. That's just going to continue happening. Why? Because they got money and they put that shit all behind marketing. If you are not from California, you're not from Colorado, you're not from Washington or Oregon, you know how much bullshit MedMen is. But everybody, I cannot count on both of my hands like how many times I've been asked by people coming out to California, oh, you can stop at MedMen. Fuck MedMen. As I said, fuck MedMen. I hope they come on as a sponsor, but fuck MedMen. They got a lot of money, and money is what matters in this industry. So we got to make sure that we're promoting each other. Captain Cam, Fiddler's Greens. I'm gonna bring you on board, man, because I know you got words to say. Come on, brother. It was so great to see you last week. Israel, come on up, man. We can talk about it.
Oh, that's a big.
What's happening? Hey, first off, I got Captain Cam out here. Not only is a veteran in every sense of the word, he's a U.S. You're out of Navy, right?
No, I was Marine Corps.
I just said it to piss you off that time. I was in
the men's department of the Navy.
U.S. Marine Corps veteran, but also a veteran in the cannabis game as well. It was a pleasure seeing you after all this time last week, brother. Unfortunately, you did not get to see how bad my golf game was, but
Ditto, man. You fell off the cart somewhere after the 6th or 7th hole.
I lost my foursome, man. My foursome became a threesome.
I showed how much of a farmer I was by digging holes after that.
Nah, man, you're good, man. So let's talk about that a little bit, man. So New Jersey, you as a veteran in the space, man. New Jersey right now is they're putting together their initiative that's going to be going into the state. They're putting the rules out there for their legalization initiative, and you have a lot of very powerful people in the state. They're talking about holding people to account. How many times, Captain Cam, have you seen and heard people saying that they're going to do a bunch of shit in this industry and nobody does it?
The better question is to ask how many times we have not seen. I've seen so much bullshit. I've taken so many meetings. I've talked to so many people that are so full of shit in this industry. They just need to open it up, make it legal for everybody to grow, and let everything rise from there.
Right. And the cost of entry is way too high. And what we're talking about today is 2%, man. It's about 2%. It's probably less than 2% if you don't count the legacy market, as we're going to call it. But if you don't count the legacy market, like less than 2% is where Black people stand in the legal industry right now. Right. It has not changed since George Floyd happened last year, and we did have a lot of people, MedMen. We had to have a lot of these large corporations saying, "Oh yeah, we got to support our Black people in the industry. We need to do this, we need to do that." Prices are still too damn high for everybody to get in this damn industry, right? But if Black people are disproportionately affected, both on the regulation side, both also on the enforcement side, the trap is going to thrive. You continue to have. I know that. We got to keep it a buck here and say that there's plenty of white operators in the trap, like below ground, as you and I both know, especially up north, Northern California. But across the nation, Black and brown folks, for the most part, they are operating and they're thriving in the trap. And what the people out in New Jersey are doing right now, they're talking about holding people to account. People who said that they're going to help Black and brown people get into the industry, Black people especially, if we're disproportionately affected by the war on drugs, they're actually going to call people out. What are your thoughts on that? Calling people out who say that they're going to do shit that they're not going to do it.
Call every motherfucker out. This entire drug war was started to lock up Black and brown communities. When Harry Anslinger was part of the UNCDP back in the 1930s, he was a treasury agent who was sent out to bust down bootleggers and alcohol people. And when that was over, he was going to lose his money. And he turned around and directly turned the entire war on drugs towards the Black and brown community. And that's all it's been, is under control. And even Ehrlichman in 1985 did an interview, and he was part of Richard Nixon's campaign.
Right.
And he said, we knew that drugs weren't bad. We knew that marijuana wasn't going to cause all these problems. But our two biggest issues were the anti-war movement against Vietnam and the Black Power movement.
Right.
I said we couldn't make it illegal to be Black. We couldn't make it illegal to be anti-war. But we could make your habits and your proclivities illegal, cannabis.
Right.
And we can break up your families. We can break up your communities. And we can arrest your leaders. So this has been nothing but a power play and a control move from the beginning.
Right.
And it's furious for me to see like John Boehner, who is now on a cannabis committee, who he is directly in control of private prisons, unfair drug laws, targeting specific communities, targeting specific neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And I think cannabis is going to be the thing that's going to help level the playing field, if that's at all possible.
It should.
Is allow everybody to grow it, allow everybody to produce it, allow everybody to have it. And then if you do get caught with it, how about we make the penalty paying for the permit to have it?
Right. And it should be accessible to everybody. Everybody should have a seat at this table. Period. It's absolutely bullshit that they do not. And I love what you were saying. John Boehner, right? We can talk about John Boehner. I brought this up this weekend for the weekly my weekly roll up that I do on Sundays. Tom Price. So Tom Price, Health and Human Services Secretary, lasted 7 months in the Trump administration because I think he spent almost $800,000 or something like that on lavish trips and shit. And he's in every anti-cannabis conversation, every committee you can think of. And now he is sitting on the board of one of the 6 licenses that were allowed in Georgia.
Yeah. Can you believe this bullshit?
Yes, I can believe it because this is America. This is America. and worship, it has happened. Worship is bound to happen. And I'm all for New Jersey and them calling out people 100%. The way I feel about it, if you don't have the money, the power, or the balls to go out of your way and help people, don't say you're going to do it. Period. But what we got a lot, especially from the cannabis industry, last year, was a bunch of people not putting forward their dollars. They're just saying online, I support this, I support that. And then when it comes down to it, what are you supporting? Nothing. You still have high ass prices. We don't see any of these board members or anything going to these state legislators, going to these city hall meetings and saying that we need to lower the barrier entry for people of color so they have a seat at the table too. We don't see any of that shit. Just like you said about Henry Anslinger and everything. The Nixon tapes were revealed, and straight up, Richard Nixon, out of his mouth, he said that the war on drugs was a bunch of bullshit. He said that it was he said I think he said the niggers and the K word. I won't say this because I won't get my Jewish people to pop me. The niggers, the guys, and the hippies, right? They were against the Korean War or some shit like that. And that's why he had to go harder on the war on drugs against all of us because of that. So it is a direct strike on communities of color. And the fact that we don't get a break in any of this stuff, I think personally, we need to stop calling it social equity, period. Because social equity was the term social equity was created by H.G. Fredrickson in 1968, a white man in Idaho.
Hey, I'm a white man from Idaho. I don't agree with assholes like that.
Are you really from Idaho?
No, I'm born in California, but I grew up and went to college. I went to the University of Idaho.
Man, no, yeah, social equity is just a marketing buzzword, and people have caught on to it, and that's why people can't even agree on what social equity really is, right? And then you have people all up in arms why are we not getting this? Why are we not getting that? Because we don't have a unified message, and we have a bunch of people that are saying they're going to give us some shit, and they don't. So what you're doing is you're wasting people's time, just like people were wasting your time. Cabinet camps, like holding meetings, saying, "Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna raise money, we're gonna do that." They're wasting people's time, and we don't have time to waste right now, man.
No, and we need to call out all of our communities because right now, my wife and I own the very first permitted farm in Sonoma County. We also do our own manufacturing and we have our own distribution company. And we get fucked every which way from every which side. We've got the cultivators blaming the distributors for hoarding all the money. We've got the retailers blaming the distributors and the cultivators for raising the prices. In the meantime, the only people that are making money off of this is the government and the cops.
Yep.
And that's because we're not showing up to vote. We're not showing up to say, hey, the majority of Californians have all voted for legalized cannabis, yet 70% of Californians don't have access to legalized cannabis. We're all being taxed debt, but we can't get anybody to show up to the Board of Supervisors meetings, to write their congressmen, to write their senators, to show up and kick the shit out of some doors to say this is a human right.
Right.
Everybody should be allowed to grow this. Everybody should be allowed to have this. Everybody should be allowed to sell this, and then let the free market take it from there. Mm-hmm. And you're going to see a drastic change because once we start setting aside gardens to get cannabis grown for our mental and physical health, we're going to start adding those and supplementing them with healthy foods so we can start having less food scarcity. We can start having less food insecurity. And once you start having food, then we can start working on building housing and communities for people to live and manage those and get it out of the big area to where if you're not worried about where your food's coming from, you're not worried about if you have a roof over your head, then you're going to have a hell of a lot more time and energy to put on to creating a better world for other people.
Right.
So I think cannabis is going to be the baseline of us saying, this is for everybody. Everybody should have this. Everybody should grow this and get the fucking government out of it. And we need everybody to get up there and show up and help lobby and help fight and help argue. I'm sitting here. I've already been zoned out after being a cultivator for over a decade because they raise the minimum wage from 5 to 10. And I can't get people to show up to a Board of Supervisors meeting to stand up for cannabis farmers because they're too busy bitching about the price of an eighth.
Right. 100%. When people get all mad, and they go to Mad Men. You go to, yeah.
I may or may not have been asked to leave there on my birthday last year because I stood in the doorway on the one on Abbott Kinney with a tequila in my hand yelling, Mad Men fucks family farmers.
Right, but here's the thing.
They didn't let me finish my speech before they escorted me away.
See, but here's the thing, though. You go to anybody outside of California, anybody outside of established markets, what's the first thing they say? They think MedMen is the Apple Store of cannabis. They think that they're the Genius Bar of cannabis.
They're garbage humans.
Yeah, you go
My
in.
brand within every single one of their shops when they first took over. Every shop that they took over, my brand was in. By the way, shout out Fiddler's Greens, Whole Flower.
Big shout out, Fiddler's Greens. Big shout out, Captain Kim.
One of their shops. And then as soon as MedMen bought out all of those shops, they stopped paying their bills. They stopped letting us give demonstrations and teach their staff. And they stopped paying everybody. And that's what they did with every vendor that was in there is they kept ordering maximum orders and then they wouldn't pay their bills. And when we started showing up and saying, we're not going to bring you anymore, then that's when, the big fallout of a few years ago.
Right.
I love the way South Park treats them. They're a bunch of garbage humans.
I mean, since we're on South Park, man, you heard that Integrity Farmers might be a real thing, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone might be getting the game. What are your thoughts on that?
Look at me, integrity.
It'll be real interesting, man. We did talk about that on the State of Cannabis News Hour. Shout out to Nancy Birnbaum in the motherfucking building. But we were talking about that. Trey Parker, Matt Stone might be getting in the game, and because they might be getting $900 million. As awesome as Integrity Farms and the whole messaging behind Integrity Farms was, like, these motherfuckers got nearly $1 billion, and now they say, "Oh, we might actually start a cannabis. I might start a cannabis brand." How fucked up is that? You got to have like all that money to comfortably get in the game because you know how much it fucking costs.
Well, and then also name a single celebrity-owned cannabis brand that's worth a shit. I'll drive you around to a bunch of broke-ass farmers that grow better weed than anything you've ever seen with a celebrity brand.
You know,
and that's funny. Shannon and I, our brand is one of the longest surviving brands in California from 215 to 64.
Yep.
And we have been approached by several of these celebrity brands to be acquired, and they offer shit deals. They don't care about quality. They think they're big shit because they can slap their name on something, but they want you to reduce your process down to dollars and cents to where you're not quality anymore.
Right.
And there's so many.
Keep going.
We're standing on the shoulders of giants who have kept this industry and this alive for decades and generations. And why chase it to the lowest common denominator? We got to find the best people who truly care and love about the planet and community, and we need to lift these people up so that we can show what this can be. We need to create the industry and the community that this plant deserves.
No, I agree with you, brother. I agree with you 1,000,000,000% on that. I was really thinking hard of a celebrity brand that a celebrity run brand that produces any better product than anything that I've had in Northern California.
That's the thing. They don't produce any of it. They white label it for other people, slap their name on it, and call it good.
Yeah,
and then they drive the price down so you can't make a good product anymore.
But that's where the rest of the industry is going, and I think that's the problem. So would you suggest that interstate commerce should commence so we can actually export a lot of the goods that are in? Hey, there we go.
Interstate commerce. Let's run this shit across the borders.
And then we can have real Sonoma grown. We can have real Northern California weed like out in places, and it doesn't have to be just the illegal shit going everywhere. It can be actual.
And look at these SoCal guys who are running up numbers, pumping up PTRs on their indoor booth, and getting those 30 to 40% numbers.
Shout out to Southern California, man.
Southern California doesn't understand sun-grown quality yet, but it's a learning curve. We're all learning. They're learning. But what it's going to be is we have all these beautiful sun-grown organic farmers up here that are putting up quality numbers with the whole profile that are getting garbage prices because some asshole down south can make an $8 eighth using chemicals. What's going to happen is when we get interstate commerce, quality connoisseurs from the East Coast in New York and DC and Florida, all these places are going to want Emerald Triangle outdoor organic quality. And Oklahoma is going to outsell everybody because they can grow faster and cheaper than anywhere else in the country. And that's what the market's asking for, is fast, cheap with high numbers. It's McDonald's food. It's, high calories, low content, no food substance whatsoever, but it's fast and cheap. And Oklahoma is going to take over the market. And all these people complaining about the price of high quality outdoor, they're going to be out of the market because that's going to be sold to connoisseur people, all over the country.
No, man, I could definitely dig it, man. What we need to do, so two things, and then I gotta hop off. All right, so number one, we gotta have a great Californian smoke off. We gotta have NorCal versus SoCal. We gotta finally do this shit. The best of the best in the north, the best of the best in the south.
That program in 2018 with my outdoor organic farm. We won the grow off for NorCal.
We gotta do that shit, man. Like I got NorCal versus SoCal because I can't talk shit about everybody in the south. We actually got some good growers down here too, man. You got.
What kind of terroir is indoors?
It's not all. It's not.
You can put Everclear and grape Kool-Aid all day long, but you can't call it Pinot Noir.
Hey, man, but we can do that though. We can get the best of the best from NorCal, the best of the best from SoCal, and we can have a can of verses. And we can see who is absolutely the best. And then the last thing before we hop off, because I got to finish this, do my quick recap every day. Tell everybody your thoughts on CBD. I'm gonna shut up right now.
CBD, okay, this is serious. CBD is a sister molecule of THC. They balance each other out. They lift each other up. They make each other work better. You don't just want CBD. You don't want THC. You need to add that CBD into your system. It's going to lower the ceiling on how high you're going to get with THC. It'll even bring you into a more comfortable space if you over ingest, but you need them both together. Traditionally, cannabis and hash has always been a more balanced ratio, but slowly over the years, we've been bringing the CBD down. And as one of the first farmers to reintroduce CBD into the market in the United States almost 9 years ago, we've had to learn a lot about this plant. And so CBD is very beneficial, but you need it with the THC. Whole plant is always better than isolates. Go back to your natural cannabis. You get that broad spectrum of the whole CBD, THC, as well as the cannabinoids and the terpenes. You're going to get a much better smoke than something that's 30-40% THC alone. If you take something out of the plant, you're going to lose something altogether.
Right. No, 100%. And what should we call CBD instead of allowing everybody to think that it's not weed?
It's a natural part of the plant. It's the yin to the yang. It's the lift to the push. It's the other side. It's the the ebony to the ivory, baby. It's the other side. But you gotta have Shannon to your camera.
Is that Shannon? Is that Shannon?
It's Shannon to my camera. Yes.
Shannon Cam.
You caught us at the end of a staff meeting at a bar.
I love it. I love it. Everybody, please give a big round of applause for my man, Captain Cam.
We love you, brother. Everybody,
I love you too, brother.
Come back soon.
Much love, man. I'll be back. Me and Curtis from Luma, we're gonna be doing a lot of production together, man. You got to check out his new facility. He has a great studio up there, so I'll be making it out there once a month. So we gotta come back together, man. We gotta connect like dots.
Yeah, we always have room for you, brother. Come anytime.
Appreciate you, brother. Much love, G.
Love you, Rico.
All right, peace. All right, so everybody, you guys heard it first. My man, Captain Cam, Fiddler's Greens. Please check out his product. Some of the best shit in the game, period. But he is representing Northern California. Sonoma grown. In the motherfucking place to be. Appreciate you, Cap.
You too.
All right. I think you got to exit. There we go. All right, perfect. Much love, everybody. Just hopping in. We were talking about the barrier to entry in the cannabis industry, and also holding people to account for the shit that they say in this industry. Specifically, what New Jersey is doing with their initiative, pushing out. They're going to be calling people out. I support this 100%. There are activists and there are advocates. If you are going to claim to be an activist, the key three letters in the word activist is ACT, act. If you're not going to be an activist, be an advocate for the plant. All right, so 3 questions from today. Run through those and hop the fuck out of here. All right, so is New Jersey onto something with the call for accountability for lip service inaction from non-BIPOC operators? I believe so. Yes, I believe they are onto something. People need to be called out for their bullshit, and the less we call people out, the more people get hurt on the back end. Would legacy operators even be open to being identified by regulators? I don't know. Some would be. I really hope so. If it's something for good, but when we identify ourselves in the past, a lot of people of color, especially, does not have positive results. What happens when large, powerful entities get called out publicly for the failure to follow through on their empty promises? I don't know. We don't see a lot of that. People get bought out of saying stuff. People get settled for. People actually end up settling and signing NDAs. So I don't know. I am 100% for calling people out for the bullshit that they do. People who know me know that I am karma driven. I'm not money driven. I am money motivated and karma driven. And I got into this game, especially on the legal side, for a lot different reasons than a lot of people in this shit. So I hope to make money. I hope to make a lot of people that I know money. I hope I'll continue making money with my people around me. But at the end of the day, I would much rather do the right thing. And people are in here saying that they're going to help people out. You need to fucking do it. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, or stop asking us for your business. That's it. All right. So any questions for the audience before I hop off here? Captain Cam, pleasure to have you on, my brother. Always good to see you, man. If you guys have not had Fiddler's Greens, please check into his product. He is not one of our sponsors. Got to get you to sponsor some of my shit, though, Cap. Actually, a good friend of mine in the space. Him and his wife have built a fucking incredible business, incredible brand and product, and they stand by it 100%. U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and he's just been in the space doing his thing. They have some great tinctures, great pre-rolls, all that stuff. Some of the best Cali sun-grown product that you can put your hands on. I was actually going to put some of it. Oh, check out this shit, everybody. Last night, big shout out to Doty Blunts. I got this from my man, from my man Justin. He is on See that, everybody at home. My man Justin, he is on the team over at Doty Blunts. Marshawn Lynch and his squad got me some products, so I'm gonna let y'all know it smells incredible. I'm gonna let you guys know how this is. I gotta get him on his team to actually represent. I met a few people on their squad last night. Shout out to the Farmer and the Felon. They actually had an event out here in Los Angeles last night. Gonna try out some of their shit. I had some of their flour live last night, actually at the High Rise. It's fucking fantastic. More Northern California shit, but I know, we got some great shit down here in Southern California. Despite what Captain Cam is talking about, we gotta have some, got some of my people down here come through and show them what's what. California sun grown versus some of the best Zads in the industry. This is some of the Farmer and the Felons stuff. They actually teamed up, Last Prisoner project, as well as Doty did. Like them or hate them, the Last Prisoner project is doing a lot of good right now, and just got to recognize that. I had my issues with them out the gate. I'll leave them at that. And anybody wants to talk more about that, I'm down to talk about it. But yeah, Doty Blunts, Marshawn Lynch, his brand. They have these nice premium blunts. I can't wait to check this out. They're trying to get the pricing right now because they want this to be accessible to actually absolutely everybody in the industry. And what they're doing is they're putting aside some of their funds. I can't remember. I got to get their people on here. I can't remember the exact percentage of what they're doing, but put aside some of their funds to actually help people transition into the cannabis industry. These are people who have been formerly incarcerated, get them into the industry and get them onto the game on the legal side. So big ups to Doty Blunts, came through with some product. Big ups to Farmer and Felon. They had some great shit last night as well. Big ups to everybody that saw last night. We're gonna release some of that content in a couple of days here. And big up to the team. Vanessa, I seen you in the building. Shabanga 13 always showing love. OZ guys, what's good? Masad Picks, what's happening? Vanessa, what's good? The social life, what's popping, chain? AR Massage Services, my man. A Rops is up in here. Denise Mejia, what's happening? If you still want to come on, just let me know. All right, Baked Flowers official, what's popping? Sugar Snap, what's happening? Bella Noob Knob, Bella Luna Bob, what's good? Bucky Greenwood, Opulent Saga, Forever, El Boogie, Terra Mobile, what's good? Dominic Pigliesi. I fucked up your name. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, brother. Grace Health and Wellness, what's popping? Elysia Munoz, what's happening? My wife is in the building, Social Work Sage, the best in here. And we are releasing some stuff. She has an excellent program going on tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about that in a little bit later as well. Pink Lotus 128, what's happening? Harvest Honey in the motherfucking building. My man Adam Ills in the place to be. What's good, G? Get High Everywhere. Tiago Vega, what's popping? Everybody, I give my shout outs to everybody, man. I got it. Canada, what's happening? Cannabis Supper Club. Oh, the place to be. What's good, man? Hit me up, G. All right, it's Her Medicine. What's up? All right, Spliff Star 3218. What's happening? New Jersey Devilish Weed Smoker. What's popping? Big Boo Bastard. What? The Bob has bitch. That's trying to get canceled again. I'll cancel myself. Much love. All right. Big Jew Blunts, what's happening? I support Jewish blunts myself too. All right. Cannabis, She-Male, what's happening? I'm down for my non-gender specific people as well. All right. Fire Breather 77, what's up? All right. I'm not smoking inside today. I'm with the baby today, so I'm gonna be smoking outside. I think I'm gonna try out some of this. I gotta try. I'm gonna wait on the Doty Blunts. I'm gonna do that live a little bit later this week. But I might do some Farmer and Felon. I got some shit from last week. I got some of Phyllis Green stuff I might be puffing on later on. Got some stuff from up north as well. Shout out to my man Dub G. I can't tell everybody who his real name is, but he blessed me with some incredible genetics from up north, some actual sativas, not been crossed with a bunch of shit. So some OG shit. Like I always love going up north, kicking it with my people, the OGs in the game, and getting some real crying up in here too, man. So we need to talk about that shit too, man. Different conversation for a different day, obviously. But I do have to say, even though I live down here in Southern California, the best shit is up north, man. The best shit. You don't know until you go up there, man. There's just something about the soil up there, the people, the way they treat the plants, like all that stuff. You will never have better weed. I said it here. You'll never, ever have better weed than the shit that is up north, man. As my man Jason Beck would always say, there's no better weed than the weed that's in front of you. I agree with that. But, however, if you have a choice, go up to Northern California. I think everybody that is entering the game, if you have not been to Northern California, you need to make sure you go on a sabbatical up to Northern California just for a week. Go up to Murder Mountain if you can. Go up to Humboldt. Go up to the Emerald Triangle and see what's what. Meet some real people. They will take care of you, man. Some of the best people on earth. And smoke some of that great weed up there too, man. So closing it out. Semper Fi, Big Rigo. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Bucky Greenwood in the motherfucking house, man. Love you, brothers. I love y'all and all of you guys, even the haters out there. I love you guys so very much, and I hope you guys have the best of success in the world and continue doing what you do. Why? Because I love living, and I love family. I love weed, and I love how it brings us all together. Cannavision Global, one network, many voices. Make sure you check us out in the mornings, on the weekdays, for the State of Cannabis News Hour, where you can get your daily dose every single morning, 9 a.m. Pacific. And you can catch me and the rest of the team talking shit about cannabis. All right, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Make sure you guys hug your mama, kiss your babies, all of that. And remember, when life gives you no place else to turn, you can always turn the fuck up. See y'all soon.
Whack.